What's up, dudes and dudes of the internet? My name is Scyushi, and we're back into more Trove. Excuse me that this video is so late today. I'm going to end up going into more detail about all of that. Today's gonna basically be like an update video. So we're gonna talk about the Trove update, some channel updates stuff, second channel stuff, as well as Elden Ring and other things that are going to be going on this week. Tomorrow we got a Nintendo Direct, so that's gonna be awesome. But let's start with the most obvious while I just grind up some dungeons in the meantime, because as far as I know, we still got... Do we got double Starbar? No, that was last week. As far as the test server and the new update, the devs keep posting on their Twitter mentioning soon TM. Now, when they usually do that, in my experience, it means that the update is probably going to end up hitting as soon as tomorrow, or more likely the week after, like next week. It could also be 2 weeks away. I don't know, but I think it's very safe for us to assume that the update is going to end up hitting us now on like in June. I did want to address something else, which I have talked about extensively during my live streams, but I haven't had a dedicated video talking about yet, which you guys keep asking, I keep answering, but here you go. Here's your definitive answer about the console update. So, for those of you that are kind of out of the loop, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but basically there has been a duping issue with the game, with like basically people hacking and exploiting stuff. And that threw a stick in their wheel and made the update delayed. So the update for Crystal 5 was originally supposed to hit you guys on consoles in May. But unfortunately, because of all this duping issue, they just had to delay it. You guys have already seen, especially on Xbox and PlayStation, that the duping is just ungodly and has completely destroyed the in-game economy. I don't know if there's a solution to it. I don't know what they're planning on doing. Frankly speaking, I think that it's too little too late. I think that when the issue ended up hitting, they needed to shut the market off. They could have shut the servers off and rolled them back, but they didn't end up doing any of that. So we kind of just gotta sit and wait. So with that, I have no idea what's gonna happen with the next update. If I had to guess, I would say that they're probably going to delay the Crystal 5 update for you guys and just bundle it together with this new update that's coming on PC that adds, you know, U12, aka U15, Mystic Gear, and so on and so forth. Another thing too that I wanted to mention, because a buddy of mine messaged me in Discord telling me that apparently we've got like a lot of test resources on the test server now, so we can actually like, I don't know if we can end up like maxing out our gear or our rune crafting or something, but either way, there's something that we can take advantage of, apparently. I haven't checked yet, I'm sorry. And so if that's the case, then that means I should be able to get some videos for you guys showcasing some of the new gear and some of the new stuff, which would be great, because otherwise if I'm being perfectly honest, I have no desire to grind up to like Mystic Gear or whatever on a test server, because the update's already just kind of right around the corner anyway. And I know that it's good for content because then I get something to deliver to you guys in regards to, oh, hey, look what's coming. But at the same time, I'm not going to end up like just killing myself and grinding 2 times over, because I would grind on the test server and then the live server. It doesn't make sense in the long run. And I've been way too busy, which again, I'll talk about that momentarily. Actually, you know what? I just wanted to hop on the test server, and yeah, sure enough, they gave us a lot of these resources. So we should be able to test some stuff out. The funny thing is, my buddy who told me about this, Spooky, in our Discord, he mentioned how they gave us all these resources, but they didn't give us nitro for various other things. Okay, so that's cool. That means I'll actually be able to show you guys Mystic Gear. The funny thing is, people have already calculated it. and apparently those resources that the devs threw us to max stuff out is going to take like 2 years in game to acquire. I mean, obviously it's not gonna end up taking that long. I don't think that's taking like Patron and a bunch of other things into account, but seriously, dude, I don't know what it is with the Trove devs where they're just They're constantly throwing these updates out that are just about like killing time rather than actually giving us some meaningful content. Like, I think that the entirety of the update would have been so much more digestible for players if they ended up actually giving us like a new class or something like that to go along with it, because otherwise right now it's just stronger gear for the sake of having stronger gear. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not fully against the update. Obviously, it gives me something to do, and I'm a freak who just keeps playing this game anyways, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't sound like super duper exciting, frankly speaking, to just get stronger for what purpose? So that we can handle a new difficulty world that doesn't really do anything other than give us resources to make us stronger in the first place. Like, it's just, you know, it's another one of those parasitic updates that I just keep talking about. But anyways, I digress. So that's basically it on the Trove forefront. Now I wanted to mention some channel updates for you guys. First of all, the most recent news, the Nintendo Direct is going to end up being tomorrow. So I'm really hyped for that. It does mean that I'm going to end up becoming incredibly busy this week. So I'll do my best to balance like the Trove videos for you guys on top of everything else. Because if you haven't tuned into my other videos, basically what I've been doing lately is this whole like Steam games you've never heard of series. And I would recommend it just because it's pretty fast paced. I do like a lot of heavy cuts. And most of all, I just focus like a few minutes at a time on a specific game. And then we move on to the next game. And then I give my review of the last game and stuff. It's a format from like another YouTuber that I watched called Iron Pineapple. And suffice to say, I've been really, really enjoying that series. But the thing is, it takes a long time to edit those videos. And I'm hoping that I can get the next one ready to go for you guys, because this week we've got the Elden Ring DLC. Now, I'll go into that in a moment because I wanted to just address the fact that we've got the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. And most of all, what I'm taking from that is they're probably going to end up announcing Metroid Prime 2's remake as a shadow drop, which means I now have another game that I gotta do a playthrough on, you know, because Metroid's like an awesome game and I love it. And I know most of you probably won't care, but for me, that game is super nostalgic for me. And I loved the first Metroid Prime remake. So that's gonna keep me busy. On top of that, today, Blade and Sorcery, you guys might have heard of this game, but it's basically one of the best virtual reality games out there in terms of melee combat. They actually just had their 1.0 release today, which added a full campaign and progression and stuff. Because up until this point, it's basically just been an arcade brawler game, which is still one of my all-time favorite VR games. But now there's a campaign, so that's another playthrough I need to start. And then on top of that, there's the Elden Ring DLC. Now, for those of you that don't know, I've got a pretty lengthy Elden Ring Let's Play on the channel already. Most of it's live streams, some of them being like upwards of 7 hours long straight, because that is one of my favorite games. I would say like right alongside Trove. The only problem is that or not problem. The only reason I kind of stopped playing Elden Ring is because I've done everything. But now that the DLC is here, I've kind of been having a resurgence where I've been playing a lot off camera to kind of hone my skills and stuff. And then also just playing with like some modded content and junk like that, just to get myself prepared for when the DLC hits. Now, there's a bit of a problem though, because this is going to go into a little bit of a personal story here, but I do not like Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco is the publisher of Elden Ring, and they have the worst online store I have ever dealt with. Like, if you can order physical copies of memorabilia and games and stuff like that, do it off of Amazon or like a site that's actually like more trusted. Because with Bandai Namco, they have the exclusivity to sell like collector editions and stuff like that for games. Now, Elden Ring being one of my favorite games, I had to buy the most expensive collector edition because I'm a freak and kind of stupid with my funds. And so basically it comes with like a big figurine, and I get like a bunch of other stuff, not really anything in-game. It's just more like physical items. But they messaged me that they're shipping it, but the concept art book, that is not ready yet, so they're gonna ship that to me in July separately. And then on top of all of it, whenever I end up ordering stuff from Bandai, there's the initial upfront cost of the collector edition, but then they also charge me the duty fees of it going across the border and stuff because they ship it directly from Japan rather than from a North American store. Point being is Amazon usually takes care of that stuff, and usually you just have to pay the shipping fees to Amazon, right? And then they just, suffice to say, is going to be very, very expensive. Okay, whatever. I'm fine with that. You know, it's a personal problem, whatever. But I messaged them the other day telling them, so when am I going to end up getting my code to the DLC? Because you haven't sent me it yet. And then they said, we're sending you a voucher with your physical collector edition, which is scheduled to arrive next week. And the DLC is this Thursday. So suffice to say, I'm going to wait until the day that the DLC drops. And if my package hasn't like arrived early for whatever reason, I'm going to have to buy another copy of the DLC on Steam so that I can actually play it day one. First world problems. I will never order another collector edition out of Bandai's store. Like, so help me, dude. But yeah, anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to share with you guys. Just to give you a roundup, we should be having the Trove update on PC either this week or more than likely next week. I hope it's next week, because otherwise I'm already really, really busy this week. Because we're going to end up having Metroid Prime 2 tomorrow. We're going to have Blade and Sorcery as a full playthrough. And then on top of all of that, the Elden Ring DLC, which I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. When the Elden Ring DLC hits, I'm probably going to put like everything on the sidelines for a little bit, including Trove, which I want to apologize now first and here and now. I know that I haven't been doing like the class tutorial videos. I'm sorry about that. I was working on Candy Barb's class guide, and then suddenly the test server was open. So I got preoccupied with that. And then one thing led to another, and it just, you know, Steam Next Fest was going on. So I got busy with that. I'm also working on kind of an E3 2024 video where after the Nintendo Direct, I'm going to add it to, I've edited down the Summer Games Fest into about like 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm just going to add the Nintendo Direct onto that and then have it as an individual video. And it's just, suffice to say, I've got some huge projects that I'm working on. I know that it's not as big a deal for a lot of you because most of you are just interested in Trove, or more particularly, YouTube only pushes my Trove videos. So I'll take a moment to be fully transparent with you guys and just candidly ask, try watching some of my other videos, leave likes on the videos, leave comments on the videos and stuff. I know that it might seem like, oh, you know, he doesn't reply or anything like that, but it means a lot to me to know that you guys are there and have my back. And I mean, I don't mean to be like all, you know, seedy, like, oh, please like my videos, subscribe and stuff like that. It's more so the way that the YouTube algorithm works right now, it just doesn't push any of my videos except for Trove. And I love Trove, but I kind of feel like my channel is getting into kind of a rut where it's getting stuck with just this content because this is all YouTube is pushing. And this is the only videos that you guys are watching because it's the only videos that YouTube are pushing. So I would just say, if you have the extra time, I would ask, try out some of my other videos, you know, broaden your horizons, check it out. And then as for, I mean, I want to just say right here and now, as for Elden Ring, I will be perfectly fine if you guys don't watch that playthrough until you've experienced the game for yourself, because I would always recommend going into a game as blind as possible, especially a game like Elden Ring. Anyways, I'm sorry that this video didn't have like too much structure or anything. It was more so just a couple things that I had in the back of my head that, excuse me, that I wanted to end up sharing with you guys. So hopefully it was entertaining to say the least and kind of clued you guys in on things that are going on with me and the channel and stuff. As for the second channel, I mean, I just finished my Thief series and I'm hoping to do like a modded Thief series, but I don't think I'll be able to do that at the same time as everything else that's going on. Anyways, smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel. And if you want to end up watching some of my other videos, YouTube thinks the video on the top right is, is recommending that one to you, or you can check out my most recent upload right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic day. And I just want to say thank you guys. Sincerely, thank you for the positivity and support that I've gotten from you guys for, well, many, many years now. I still love love my job. I love the fact that I can do YouTube full time. And even if some of my other videos don't end up making that many views, you know, I'm still going to keep making those videos because I really, really enjoy them. Either way, it's an exciting yet overwhelming week for me.